Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to a Warcraft series here. It's been a while. Been out of it for probably more than 3 weeks. That's, uh, yeah, it's a bit odd. I don't know where the time went, to be honest. I can't really recall what I've really been doing, but, yeah, casting's definitely not one of them. So, we'll just cast a series, I guess. Smoke Up 3 happened a while ago, and I'm gonna look to see if there are any more BO3s to cast. This one will be from the quarterfinals between Chaemiko and TeD. Yeah. Surprised, it's surprising, I don't know. TeD had to make his way up from the qualifiers, and yeah, managed to actually clinch a spot in the top 8, so he'll be facing off against Chaemiko, who probably a lot more practiced than TeD is right now. So we'll see how it goes. Human vs Undead. Map is on Northern Isles. Yep, Northern Isles. And we'll just get into it. I have spectators on. I don't know why I have Fog of War off. As we just get into it. Not much really happened in Warcraft 3, I guess, aside from a couple drama stuff, I guess. I usually tend to ignore those kind of things anyway, so we won't get into that too deeply. Pretty standard start here for both sides, it looks like. Tomb of Relics before the potential graveyard. Yep. I don't know what I was getting slow there. I was getting a little worried TeD might not be doing his opening, but yeah. Death Knight versus Archmage here. Looks pretty standard so far for both sides. Chaemiko not really doing anything spectacular either, as we are just going to be pumping out those footmen. I'm not sure if he's going to go for an early scouting. Probably should, since you are versing Undead. You don't know what kind of shenanigans they might go for. TeD might go for like Dreadlord first into pretty heavy farming early on. Maybe Chaemiko wants to abuse that. Or he might just go standard, which he is doing right now, with the Death Knight there. Killing the sheep on the top will provide a free skeleton charge there. Yep, there we go. And he's just going to go straight for that green camp. Meanwhile, the Archmage is going to attempt the orange camp here. The upsides of being human. Yep, Warden is going to go down. It does purge the DK, which is, I guess, pretty nice for TeD. Definitely wouldn't like to lose a skeleton early on here, as the Oracle Warrior is going to be dropping Gills of Haste. Not a great item for the Death Knight. Might be useful for the Archmage, but we will see if he goes for Archmage second. One mana stealing for the Archmage is not useful either. Wait, did I say Archmage second for TeD? I meant Lich if I did. Fast tech here from TeD, as we are gonna start producing those Crypt Beans. Death Knight is gonna go and look for some harass, it seems.
A player's forces are under attack.
Probably not gonna find too many opportunities. The Archmage is pretty much done here on the Murloc's side. Death Knight could potentially get a elemental kill. Nope, he doesn't even toss the Death Coil there. Is gonna miss out a little bit on that experience, I think, as he did try to pull the Goldmine camp there, but didn't really do too much. Fast tech here from Chaemiko as well, it seems, even though he is gonna... Oh, no, he doesn't actually clear out the Goldmine. He's just gonna go straight for this green cream cap as well.
A player's forces are under
As
attack.
we're still just scouting around, it looks like might have some early harassment here on the gold mine. But the Griffins have spotted this group of footmen here. Death Knight also hoping to maybe pick up one of those kills. Another Death Coil should be used. Archmage is pretty far away, so you might as well toss 1 or 2 death coils to maybe secure a footman kill. Archmage gonna summon up a elemental there, but the death coil is gonna be enough to finish the job. Dan is looking for a second kill, it seems, for Chaemiko. Archmage is gonna try to just chase away the Death Knight as one of mana stealing. Very nicely done, in fact, to prevent any more death coils from coming out. Does wake up the gold camp, but I don't think anyone's gonna stick around for all that. Footman is probably gonna see, probably gonna live for the next day, it seems, as TeD doesn't really have much to finish that Footman off with. Might even lose himself the Crypt Fiend there, as he did get rather unlucky with the ensnare from the Trapper, Tuskar Trapper. Marketplace camp was about to get started by the Archmage, but did spot the Crypt Fiend there from TeD. A little bit bad timing from the Undead player, but yeah, honestly I don't think it would have mattered too much. It's only a Death Knight and a single Crypt Fiend. Level 2 elementals are pretty tanky, to be honest. So yeah, this Marla camp is going to get started there. TeD still struggling a little bit, getting that level 2 on the Death Knight. He definitely needs that Unholy Aura. Even if he does creepjack a kill or two, he probably wouldn't be able to get that level 2 just quite yet. He would probably need a Footman kill there, as it would be enough. But unfortunately, he's not really finding the opportunity, so yeah, he probably should just go for a creep camp at this point. Sentry Ward's gonna get placed down by Chaemiko, as he is just going to be retreating a little bit. The tier 2 should be done for both sides, as we are just instantly going into castle tech here. Also TeD going for Black Citadel as well, as Sword House is being placed down there. So Lich second, no secondary heroes just yet, never mind. We do have a Paladin coming out as the second hero here with his pretty ugly haircut. Lots of spiders for TeD, but his heroes are slacking a little bit. TeD finally did get that level 2, but honestly, it's not really slowed Chaemiko down any bit. Paladin's gonna heal up those footmen there. We might have a kill coming in. We do have Creepjack, it seems, instead of the footman kill. But it will look like it's gonna be enough to push away Chaemiko's force. Death Knight is still being chased around by the Archmage, as I believe the Paladin does hit level 2. Whoopsies, why is it? Nope, not level 2. I believe that was just a Holy Light sound effect instead. But he should hit level 2. Actually, no, I don't think Trapper's... Never mind, Trapper does indeed give it. The Archmage is far away enough for the Pally to get that full experience. We do have Rifleman coming out here, so it looks like we're going to have Rifleman with potential Knights, maybe? Yeah, Knights, Riflemen, and Priests is pretty much the ideal late game comp that Human could go for. We're not sure if we're going to go all the way to Inner Fire for the Priests, but regardless, having a Knight Priest Rifleman comp is pretty well rounded. I don't think sorceresses are needed, and I guess at this point mortal teams are probably a luxury. Chaemiko probably can't afford with only a single base. Archmage is going to take a boatload of damage with that Nova Coil combo. The Furbolg is going to go down, however, and the item is going to be the Talisman of Evasion only. Death Coil is going to pick up a Tuskar, however, as it seems like Chaemiko once again is going to be forced to retreat. Probably going to lose a couple of footmen there, as yeah, finally TeD is able to pick up some opportunities. Man, that sound effect is so weird. Yeah, level 2 Archmage, level 2 Death Knight, and level 2 Lich. Super duper close to that level 3 Death Knight, however. Any sort of kill will be able to get it for him, as a Spider is going to go down thanks to a Stormbolt from the Mountain King, third hero. So, human trifecta comp here. Meanwhile, TeD gonna lose himself another spider as the Dark Ranger comes out as the third and final hero here for the Black Arrows first. Obviously you need to kill some units first to benefit from the Black Arrows. Rifleman is gonna go down and a skeleton's gonna get spawned. Just more food, I guess, for the Dark Ritual on the Lich, as we do have our first Knight coming down, and Chaemiko might be able to force his opponent out, maybe. Knight is a pretty beefy unit so far, and I don't know if TeD has enough just pure damage to take him out. Mountain King is going to get chunked, however, as the Death Call is going to finish him off. A bit of a misplay there from Chaemiko, not having any sort of contingency plan on losing himself a level 1 hero here. As his priest, also pretty bad positioned as well, is going to go down a little bit, but the Knight is still being untouched. However, it seems like Chaemiko doesn't have enough damage to force his opponent back, it seems. Yeah, maybe losing that Mountain King was just enough for TeD to maintain his aggressive position. We are going to have more statues on the way, as we do have three statues on the ground. I'm not sure if Destroyer form is upgraded or not. But considering he did go triple statues already, I am expecting it to transform anytime soon. Abomination's also going to get trained up as well, just to act as that meaty front line against those Riflemen and Knights. Magnetor Camp is going to get started by Chaemiko, as, well, he does have pretty beefy front line to pretty much just tank this. I'm curious what the item's going to be. So far the items haven't been super spectacular this game. We do have a Django being picked up by the Archmage there, so Endurance Aura for the human side, so Endurance plus Devotion Aura versus True Shot Aura and Unholy Aura for the Undead side. True Shot Aura obviously just super good.
A player's forces are under attack.
Yeah, it won't be affecting the Abominations, but the Abominations aren't exactly known for their DPS anyway. It's going to be super helpful for those Crypt Fiends, who unfortunately aren't really upgraded. Chaemiko doesn't look like he has any upgrades on his Rifleman either. I'm not sure if he has any upgrades on his Knights, but we are going to have a bit of a siege. I'm not sure if Chaemiko is just going to TP back. It looks like he's just going to do the normal running back home. Never mind, we are going to TP back as TeD is going to try to kill as many peasants as possible. TP is going to come down a little bit late, but only going to lose himself a single Crypt Fiend for his troubles. Knights are +1/+0, a bit odd. I would expect them to get armor first, but yeah, we do have Inner Fire upgraded as well, or researched. So this is a pretty scary human comp if you are if you're in the eyes of TeD. Sure, you do have a couple of destroyers, but eventually those destroyers are going to run out of units to steal mana off of. And at this point, I'm pretty sure the Archmage should switch over to Blizzard. Goblin Shop is on the top left. I mean, you already saw like 2 destroyers in the air. You probably should consider it. Expansion attempt in the middle of the top side of the map here for TeD is going to be start getting besieged by Chaemiko. We also have an expansion on the top left by Chaemiko, which is I guess safe? Question mark? You would think it's safe, but yeah, it is kind of equidistant for both sides there. Chaemiko is gonna actually take down the Necropolis. Water Gold Mine is still up and running, so as long as the Acolytes get transferred over, can just mine off that base. Pretty big fight here, 54 versus 49. Chaemiko does have the slight disadvantage. He does lose himself a Knight as well, so that is a pretty big swing in terms of population. I have absolutely no idea what Chaemiko's focus fire is right now. He does have like so many knights already at low HP. Is going to be forced to retreat his last knight, as the rest of his army is going to retreat as well. That was pretty bad from Chaemiko. He didn't exactly have the best selection, target selection, and probably not enough riflemen actually. Now that I think about it, there are currently 3 destroyers in the air, and Chaemiko has very little to do with anti-air. So, yeah, either we need flying machines or we need a second barracks, because right now he is currently splitting his production between knights and riflemen, which is definitely not efficient, especially since you are already mining off of 2 bases. But TeD is going to be applying additional pressure. Destroyers are without mana, but yeah, the units so far are pretty important to have their mana available. So we won't be having the orbs just yet. Just going to be harassing the gold line once again. Frost Nova does such a good spell. As you do have a TP being channeled once again. Yeah, not many losses for the Undead. Sure, he did burn a TP scroll again, but as long as he's putting pressure on his opponent rather than getting pressured himself, this gold mine still has yet to get acolytes trained up, which is a bit of a problem. It seems like the next attack is going to be around this area. There we go, the Frost Nova Unholy Ord units probably going to be chasing down this knight until his death. Death Coil being able to finish him off as well. Yeah, not the smartest usages of those knights there from Chaemiko, unfortunately. And to be honest, not that many units either. He's being a bit greedy, sticking to 50 supply. Never mind, as soon as I say that, he is going to start jumping into low upkeep. But he definitely shouldn't be picking a fight here. The best he could do is just try to defend his expansion, because that's kind of the only reason why he's still in this game, I guess. TeD is very scary right now, and he's going to be absorbing that elemental. Obviously, mana's going to be wasted a little bit, but yeah, elemental is going to be pretty much chunked as well. Here we go with the potential siege here. Chaemiko is going to try and defend this. He desperately needs to. He's going to go straight after that Dark Ranger there, as the Death Coil is going to heal her up back to full, but she's already chunked to half health as well. Level 4 on the Lich, as you do have the only knight being sanctuaried back home. DK also half health, but this kind of looks good for Chaemiko. Disease Cloud is upgraded, as we do have kind of focus firing on the Rifleman, but the Inner Fire armor upgrade is looking to be pretty useful. Lich is now the primary target here for Chaemiko. TeD, not enough healing on the Lich, and the DK not really positioned in a way that he can transfer his TP scroll over, so yeah, a bit of a mistake there from TeD, but honestly, I don't really want to take away credit from Chaemiko either. He did a nice job separating the Death Knight from the Lich, so yeah, that was rather unfortunate. Acolytes are going to get taken out once again. Arabian Tower is on its way to being constructed, but a slow tower is not enough to deter this attack, to be honest. As, what on earth can TeD do right now? He does desperately need his Lich to be full mana, but being revived in the tavern, he really has no mana available. However, it seems like Chaemiko doesn't really want to take this fight. He is also going to TP back home as well. Yeah, his knight count so far is about 3 knights. That's not bad, actually.
A player's forces are under attack.
Yeah, he might actually have the better army against TeD. We do have yet another TP scroll being used by Chaemiko. One to go back to the main base and the other to go into the expansion. Stormbolt onto the Dark Ranger there. But it looks like the Abomination is going to be chunked down super quickly. It does get traded out with a Knight. But, yeah, that's fine because the Knights can just get Sanctuary back home. Unfortunately, we only have one Sanctuary, so second Knight does go down, but the second Abomination also gets finished off as well. Losing a Knight's probably worse than losing an Abomination, but I think TeD can't really afford to stay fighting though, because Chaemiko still has a pretty scary frontline with his Mountain King, and it seems like we do have a Spellbreaker as well to add to that. Not sure why, but we do have a Spellbreaker. Stormbolt onto the Lich there. We do only have one Death Coil remaining from the Death Knight. It's going to heal him up, but once that does go down, any future target on the Lich is pretty crucial, as the Destroyer number 1 is going to go down. Yeah, we do have a mana pot from TeD, so he does have 2 mana Death Coils available. But unfortunately, it looks like he might be targeted after his Invuln does go down. Pally down to half HP there, but he does probably have Divine Shield. Oh, he does not actually have Divine Shield. Yikes, Nova Coil is going to take down the Paladin since he does not have Divine Shield, but that is pretty much all the mana available for TeD. Does he really want to take this fight? Is going to get Stormbolted to the face on the Death Knight there, down to 380 HP. Looks like it is going to be enough to actually push his opponent back a little bit. He is kind of pushing it though by sticking to the chase. Mountain King does get revived. Not Mountain King. Paladin does get revived through the tavern there, as it looks like another knight is going to get preserved back home. Our rifleman gets preserved back home. Right, this is a bit of a weird game actually. Pretty tug-of-war-ish, but I think Chaemiko might just have it. Because his expansion has yet to... His expansion's only been harassed once, and TeD's expansion has been harassed countless times. This is probably going to accumulate enough to the overall result of this game, as Nerubian Tower does go down. Death Knight is now out of mana. He does have a mana pot available, but even then, even that goes down. He only has like 2 Death Coils left. Dark Ranger is going to get chunked a bit, is going to take a Death Coil to the face, as we do have a Focus Firing onto the Archmage, but level 2 Holy Light will be able to top her up to pretty much full HP. And now all the efforts of the undead player is going to get wasted a little bit. Another Destroyer does go down. Chaemiko trying to take down a Knight there, but Holy Light plus Inner Fire is just way too much mitigation and healing to finish the job. The game was super close. A couple of mistakes from both sides, but yeah, I mean, you tend to make mistakes here and there anyway. Pretty action-packed in the later half. I will go and cast the game 2 now.